The Book of the Traveler of the Worlds, Canto 5, The Godheads of the Little Life, page 154, new stanza. At the outset of this enigmatic world, which seems at once an enormous brute machine, and a slow unmasking of the spirit in things, in this revolving chamber without walls, in which God sits impassive everywhere, as if unknown to himself and by us unseen, in a miracle of inconscient secrecy. Yet is all here his action and his will. In this rill and sprawl through infinite vacancy, the spirit became matter and lay in the rill, a body sleeping without sense or soul. A mass phenomenon of visible shapes, supported by the silence of the void, appeared in the eternal consciousness and seemed an outward and insensible world. There was none there to see and none to feel, only the miraculous inconscient. A subtle wizard, skilled, was at its task, inventing ways for magical results, managing creation's marvelous device, marking mechanically dumb wisdom's points, using the unthought, inevitable idea. It did the works of God's intelligence, or wrought the will of some supreme unknown. Still, consciousness was hidden in nature's womb. Unfelt was the bliss whose rapture dreamed the worlds. Being was an inert substance driven by force. At first was only an etheric space. Its huge vibrations circled round and round, housing some unconceived initiative, upheld by a supreme original breath. Expansion and contraction's mystic act created touch and friction in the void into abstract emptiness, brought clash and clasp, parent of an expanding universe in a matrix of disintegrating force. By spending it, conserved an endless sum. On the hearth of space, it kindled a viewless fire that, scattering worlds as one might scatter seeds, rilled out the luminous order of the stars. An ocean of electric energy formlessly formed its strange wave particles, constructing by their dance this solid scheme. Its mightiness in the atom shut to rest. Masses were forged of faint and visible shapes. Light flung the photon's swift revealing spark, and showed in the minuteness of its flash, imaged this cosmos of apparent things. Thus has been made This real, impossible world, an obvious miracle or convincing show, or so it seems to man's audacious mind, who sees his thought as the arbiter of truth, his personal vision as impersonal fact, as witnesses of an objective world, his erring sense and his instruments artifice. Thus must he work life's tangible riddle out in a doubtful light, by error seize on truth, and slowly part the visage and the veil. Or else, forlorn of faith in mind and sense, his knowledge, a bright body of ignorance, he sees in all things strangely fashioned here, the unwelcome jest of a deceiving force, a parable of Maya and her this vast perpetual motion, caught and held in the mysterious and unchanging change of the persistent moment we call time, and ever renewing its recurrent beat, these mobile rounds that stereotype a flux, these static objects in the cosmic dance that are but energies, self-repeating waltz, prolonged by the spirit of the brooding void, awaited life and sense and waking mind. A little the dreamer changed his pose of stone, but when the inconscious scrupulous work was done, and chance coerced by fixed immutable laws, a scene was set for nature's conscious play. Then stir the spirit's mute immobile sleep. The force concealed broke dumbly, slowly out. A dream of living woke in matter's heart. A will to live moved the inconscious dust. A freak of living startled vacant time. Ephemeral in a blank eternity, infinitesimal in a dead infinite. A subtler breath quickened dead matter's forms. The world's set rhythm changed to a conscious cry. A serpent power twined the insensible force. Islands of living dotted lifeless space, and germs of living formed in formless air. A life was born that followed matter's law, ignorant of the motives of its steps, ever inconstant, yet forever the same. It repeated the paradox that gave it birth, its restless and unstable stabilities recurred incessantly in the flow of time, and purposeful moments in unthinking forms betrayed the hewings of an imprisoned will.